Asbestos, a substance once heralded for its heat resistance and affordability, but its deadly legacy began long before we realized the full extent of its dangers. Used commercially since the late 1800s, asbestos was the go-to material for insulation and fireproofing in industries across the United States. By the 1900s, its use was widespread, spanning construction, shipbuilding, and manufacturing. But as its popularity grew, so did the risks. In 1918, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported alarming death rates among asbestos workers, raising the first concerns about occupational health risks. World War II saw a surge in shipbuilding and manufacturing, heavily reliant on asbestos. In fact, between 1940 and 1945, thousands of service members and workers were unknowingly exposed to the deadly fibers. Despite growing health concerns, the U.S. Navy continued to use asbestos in its vessels until as late as 1947, leading to a generation of veterans suffering from exposure long after their service. By the 1950s, asbestos exposure reached its peak across various industries. Workers, students, and even families were unknowingly exposed to its deadly effects, as asbestos was found in homes, schools, and factories. It wasn't until the 1960s that medical evidence started to link asbestos exposure to deadly diseases, including lung cancer and mesothelioma. The 1970s saw the creation of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, and the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, which began regulating asbestos exposure and investigating its harmful effects. In 1973, the EPA banned the use of spray-applied asbestos insulation, and soon after, revelations of corporate cover-ups came to light, further cementing the dangers of asbestos. By the 1980s, asbestos-related lawsuits began to dominate the courts. In 1982, the bankruptcy of Johns Manville, one of the largest asbestos manufacturers, marked a turning point for the industry. Despite efforts to ban asbestos, its use continued in certain industries well into the 1990s, and the legal battles over its health effects only intensified. In 2002, the last U.S. asbestos mine in California shut down, signaling a major step in reducing exposure, but the scars of asbestos lingered on. By 2010, thousands of individuals filed personal injury lawsuits, seeking justice for the illnesses caused by years of exposure. Asbestos trust funds began to emerge, offering compensation to those affected. Today, asbestos remains a dangerous legacy of the past. In 2022, the EPA proposed a ban on chrysotile asbestos, the last type still imported into the U.S. By March 2024, the ban was finalized, but asbestos still poses a risk in older homes and buildings. Even with this progress, new concerns have emerged, especially as some talc-based products were found to contain asbestos, putting more people at risk. The fight to protect future generations from asbestos exposure is far from over. As we look to the future, the fight for justice and accountability continues. If you or someone you love has been affected by asbestos exposure, help is available. Contact us today to learn about your rights and how we can help you seek justice.